And then I think we just have lethal with Alrund's Epiphany. It's too much. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day so far, and if not, I'm going to help you turn that around. Within today's video, we'll be playing Double Dragon, a Prismari Dragon-based build. It is a mid-range deck focused around Galazeth and Goldspan, using Alrund and Magma Opus to finish the game off as quickly as humanly possible. This deck is great. We've got some really cool wins within Mythic for you guys today, as always. And, we're going to break down the deck list, talk about the strategies, synergies, strengths, weaknesses, show the gameplay footage, discuss our playlines and interactions. This is all going to give you a good idea whether or not the deck is right for your personal playstyle and, maybe more importantly, your wildcard collection. Wrapping up the video today with our final thoughts on the deck and, just general deck review shenanigans, right? So with this all being said, if you are looking for any information within today's video, you can easily find it within the description below. Our Linktree link primarily. You can give it a Google as well. Hello Good Game Linktree, and you'll easily find it. That's going to include everything from our 500,000 gem giveaway. I'm buying someone's rare playset for D&D, which is quite cool. We've got coaching sessions, free cash prize monthly tournaments, and so much more going on than that, right? The Discord link for everything is going to be in there. So, whether or not you're looking to support the channel or get in on some of the goodies that I give back to the community to show my support, it's all going to be available within the Linktree link there. So with that all out of the way now, let's get into today's video and discuss this Prismari Double Dragon mid-range build. Of course, we will be playing in best of one today, standard. We have a 60 card deck with a 4.4 average mana cost, 22 non-creatures with 14 creatures, 24 land in the build, and of course a 69 blue source, so we know it's a good deck. Breaking it down from the top backwards, we've got Goldspan Dragon. Yeah, I'm sure you're aware, 4 copies of this in deck. 5 mana for a 4/4 flying haste. Whenever it attacks or becomes a target of a spell, create a treasure token. Treasures have, you can sacrifice this artifact to add 2 mana of any color, right? That's pretty deadly. And of course, we do have Galazeth Prismari as well for 4 mana, a 3/4 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Artifacts you control have tap to add 1 mana of any color to spend this mana to cast an instant or sorcery spell, right? So that's great because we have a lot of instances and sorceries in the deck. And of course, even creating the treasure is great if we can get the Goldspan in play later, and then we can just use that mana for anything that we deem fit. So, that's that. We want to be ramping into the dragons and getting spells like Alrund's Epiphany and Magma Opus cast. The Epiphany is for 7 sorcery speed. Create 2 1/1 blue bird creature tokens with flying. Take an extra turn after this one. Exile Alrund's Epiphany. You can cast it for the foretell cost of 6. You will have to pay 2 to exile it face down first though, right? And of course, we do have Magma Opus times 4 as well for 8 mana at instant speed, dealing 4 damage divided as we choose among any number of targets. Tap 2 target permanents, create a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token, draw 2 cards. And of course, we can discard Magma Opus to create a treasure token, which is quite nice. And that brings me now to Draconic Intervention for 4 at sorcery speed. As an additional cost to cast this spell, exile an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. Draconic Intervention deals X damage to each non-dragon creature, where X is the exiled card's mana cost. And then if a creature would die this turn, exile it instead, and you do have to exile Draconic Intervention. This is great when you're comboing it with Magma Opus's discard to create a treasure token, because you just put an 8 CMC, or I guess an 8 MV, mana value, into your graveyard, and you're ramping, and now you can exile it to deal 8 damage to every non-dragon creature, which is great because, Galazeth, Goldspan, both dragons, you're not going to kill your own flock. Moving away from that, we can create treasures and discard cards as well with Prismari Command. For 3 mana, instant speed, choose 2. Prismari Command deals 2 damage to any target. Target player draws 2 cards and then discards 2 cards. Target player creates a treasure token, destroy target artifact. This is great. It kills the hench, it kills the cleave, it can help you ramp, it can help you draw specific cards that you need, and it can even be, that creature removal if you want as well. So, while we're on base of creature removal, we did talk about the intervention already, and we've got 3 copies of Bonecrusher Giant Stomp. For 2 mana at instant speed, damage can't be prevented this turn. Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. The Giant is a 4/3, and whenever it becomes a target of a spell, it will deal 2 damage to that spell's controller. You know, it's not a dragon. You need to know this, but it is still such a good card that you can include it. Much like the Brazen Borrower, we also have 3 copies of this in deck. A 3/1 with flash and flying, can only block other flyers. Petty Theft for 2 at instant speed as the adventure. Return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to its owner's hand. Just upsetting the play, giving you a little bit of wiggle room potentially, you know, stopping lethal and just gaining mana advantage, right? If they're casting something for 6, example, Coma or Gargaroth, you can bounce it for 2 mana and still have mana left over, you know, to maybe get a draw in or something. Speaking of a draw, we've got 2 copies of Behold the Multiverse, instant speed for 4, scry 2, then draw 2 cards, foretell for 2. Speaking of foretell, 2 copies of Saw It Coming for 3 mana, instant speed, counter target spell, foretell for 2. Speaking of counter spells, 2 copies of Negate, counter target non-creature spell for 2, which is great. With that being said, that's the deck, right? We've got the pathways here and the basics to fill out our land. General strategy and synergy is to get Galazeth Prismari out as soon as possible, right? Get Goldspan out as soon as possible. Wipe the field with intervention if you need. Attack, ramp into Alrund's Epiphany and other copies of Magma Opus that you didn't need to discard for the intervention. Of course, Prismari Command will also trigger the intervention, as well as Saw It Coming for 3 and Negate for 2, Behold the Multiverse for 4, right? So we've got 2, 3, and 4, and 8 all covered. Alrund's Epiphany will get exiled unless we discard it with Command, which is an option, as well as discarding additional copies of Draconic Intervention. But I don't recommend that. I would really just focus on the smaller wipes and then that big wipe if you need. With that all out of the way, thank you again so much for watching Hello Good Game. I really appreciate your continued support. Make sure to check out the link tree for all the latest and greatest. Download things like Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant for free. Check out Into the AM for 6 swag, and even Ewin Racing, who was kind enough to send me a brand new chair. It's like a $400 chair they just like sent to me. Wow. So show them some respect. Check them out. You even get like 20% off or something, which is pretty cool as well. And I like this chair much more than my old one. I'm going to be honest. So I'm super, super grateful, especially since I was having like that back pain and like, you know, those headaches. Oh, the new chair is perfecto. So thank you guys so much. Check them out. And again, enjoy the video. We'll be back to wrap up with my final thoughts after the gameplay footage. Going first, our hand actually looks like it's good. We'll see though. We'll see. Beast, that's fine. Discard our Opus, we have Intervention. Taking 1 damage, down to 8. No, sorry, 19. I can't even do basic math. Ah! We forgot to discard our Opus. Ah! It's one of those days. I'm having trouble focusing. It is what it is. You don't know me. We'll do just fine, though. Trust me, I've lived with this my whole life. Just hold on, you guys. It's a fun ride. Oh, gosh. Hopefully they don't fight with the Lovestruck Beast. I'm not entirely worried about it out of the gate. And we're not casting instants or sorceries. We would be foretelling, so I don't really want to sacrifice these. That's just a creature, right? Indestructible. It's fine. We get hit for 6. Well, actually, probably only 5. So I block the 1/1. That's fine. Down to 13. But we have a dragon in play. We have a dragon in play! Alright, so this is good on so many fronts. Let's just play this dragon. We'll attack with both. We still have 13 life, remember. And that's not enough to cast it. It's only 6. We need 7. What we could do is wipe the field. Probably is our best bet. 13. Could they do 13 damage next turn? Probably. So I don't want to be a goon, and I definitely want to make sure that we take care of it. Of course, we have dragons in play, so ours stay. And yeah, I think we're fine. There's no way they can hit us for 13 now. I think they could have probably pushed their devotion up with, pushing their creature up well for a bunch of damage, but since we wiped, they would need haste and stuff, so, that worked out almost perfectly as far as how the deck is supposed to operate. All right, we go first. The land's pretty bad, but I guess we could discard the Opus to get around our land issues. And I mean, just look at the dragons, so that's cool. Hello, good game. Did I mention that my ADHD is just like so bad today? I cannot even. We're going to discard our Opus, and then we're going to play our Galazeth after that. Shadow Spear. Okay, cool play. I mean, you have to get it out of your hand eventually, is the thing. The life gain is annoying. These sleeves are pretty cool, right? Storm Markov or whatever. Silver Rider. Wolf. Is that their silver bullet? Pretty cool. Like, technically the dragon really only costs 3 because it produces the mana that it required to play it. Again, I can barely form simple sentence structures today. It's not a good one. You guys are in for a fun video. I mean, let's just look for the land. Are you serious? Give me an island. Thank you. Oh, 2 of them. They have the Shadow Spear, so we're just screwed. And we will definitely need to Opus their creatures before they get to 8. But I kind of just want to get those dragons out first. The life gain here is ultra annoying. But I think we'll be okay for one more turn. And technically, we could do it here, even. Which I think we will, right? Because we have all the mana we need anyways. Or we should hold up the Negate. But I don't care if they remove anything. Let's just do it. Let's keep Opus in there. And we'll do Multiverse. Watch them have something to push it up by 1. No, okay, good. Right? So that'll be okay. Luris out. They have no mana, nothing in grave. And we are good, right? This is like so much dragon damage. And we've got just a lot of mana. Just a lot of it. We've got a Negate to protect us from any craziness. Well, that's a little crazy, but it's not too bad. And Wild comes in tapped no matter what, so we'll be okay. So many treasures. And we still hit for what I assume is lethal here. Decent. Nice, nice, nice. Let's get into another here quickly. Our opponent's playing first. Hand looks, not underwhelming, but I think we'll be okay. Scorpion's out, so this is like not good, right? We definitely want to be using this intervention as soon as possible, but we need an instant or sorcery in the grave. Alrund's Epiphany exiles itself. We do have counters, we've got the Prismari Command as well. Oof. Oof. They're on the play too. We might just like not get this. Brazen Borrower to bounce it would be alright as well. Oh, nice, bro. They were on the play and they're getting perfect line without any resistance. I think they just beat us. We're down to 3. Luckily, we can make a treasure here. We'll target ourselves both times. We discard 2. This is in the grave already for the first intervention. So they're going to be 2 lands. We wipe the field. We're down to 3 life. They could just have another Rankle for lethal. They could. I do not know. No. I find that most interesting. Goldspan out. Gets the hit in. And now we do have our Borrower if we need. Yeah, well, if it's Rankle, but they could have Rankle and removal. But because we have Goldspan, so we can, you know, cast this for 4, we make 1, and then still use the Borrower here, right? Just thinking it through a little bit slower than I typically would. Deadweight makes a treasure, not that bad. 2/2. We could bounce the Goldspan and just replay it as well. Oh no, that's an opponent controls. Never mind then. Let's take our turn. Land out. We do have double Alrund as well, so we should be fine. Let's just toss this to the side as well. Why not? Why not? We make plenty more treasures here. And then I think we just have lethal with Alrund's Epiphany. That's too much. It is way too much to handle, let's be honest. Oh, gosh. Dragon Mania. I'm telling you guys. This is the best deck I've played in a while. Okay, we're going first. It looks terrible, I'm going to be honest, but... It looks terrible, but I think, you know, maybe with the Opus discard for the island, we could be okay, especially if we're not forced to stomp here. Which I think we might skip anyways, I don't know. Because if we skip the stomp, then we have command. Right? We could always stomp it here. Wow, it is illegal to find the correct source of mana. I tell you what, it just doesn't happen. Woof. Let's stomp it before they unlock protection, right? And then that would fizzle our Borrower. End our turn here. Just chillin'. Celebrant. Okay, some life gain. Or another, yeah, okay. Come on! So we could play this because it replaces the treasure. That's the greatest thing about Galazeth. You might even be able to play mono red Galazeth. I mean, not might be able to. You definitely could. We're doing it right now. It all works, right? You've got Draconic Intervention still. You lose Prismari Command, you lose the Borrowers and stuff, but you could, you know, take in other things. All right. It's a 2/5. Wow. Tough. I mean, we can just block that, right? There's no need to take that damage. Do they buff it up by an additional 2? Wow. Okay, so I did not expect that. I did not expect that. You jerk! That sucks so bad for us. Let's pass our turn, see what they do. We have no counter. We could borrow. So they'd be making a cat token here, which I don't care about. It's good. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I need to just draw. Take the damage down to 15. Looking for Draconic Intervention. We do have Petty Theft open. Trying to find a draw. Really? They're hammering it with this life gain here. We just bounce the flyer. Do you think they have a nether blessing? They must. We're taking 3 here, down to 12. They could have a blessing. And then the healer survives, we die. But I'm forcing them to have it. Oh, Light of Hope. Okay, so we just trade then. Better than leaving it in play still. End our turn. We could just cast the Opus, I guess, at this point. Right? Oh my gosh. You dog! How many life do they have to have? 15, so 35. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. I do think we flash in. Well, we're never gonna get past that. Dang, yo. Brutal. Not good. Down to 5. We gain that life back, though, don't we? Right? Oh, that puts them above 35. Good game. Whoops! My bad. Or they have to attack first with it, right? So how can we kill this thing? Because it's got first strike. We don't have enough mana to do them both. Let's attack with Galazeth. They're just going to let it through. End our turn. So we deal 4 damage there. And then we tap the 2 creatures. We make a 4/4, and we draw 2 cards. So they're gonna gain some life here. And then as long as the Angel of Destiny woof. Woof, 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 woof. We're still super screwed. We are still ultra screwed, right? At the beginning of your end step, if you have 15 or more life that you're starting total, each player of Angel of Destiny attacked this turn loses the game. Yeah, we've got no way to tap that out. And then 15 or more, so I guess that's our only hope. But then they're going to gain all that life back. Just send in the cavalry. I guess. I think we're still probably screwed here. I'm pretty sure. Right, especially if they distribute tokens to the Angel of Death. Well, no, it shares a type. It's an angel, so it'd have to be a cleric or something. Nope, they did angel. I thought it couldn't be an angel. Oh, no, it can. Yeah, so that's just a good game. Right, just because the double strike is, you know, they go like 30, you know, 41 or something. I don't even know. It's too much. 37. Oh, math. I'm not into it. Good game. Alrighty, so Deck Tech City. I like it. I think Draconic Intervention should be better. I'm wondering if Brazen... Oh, man. The Bonecrusher Giant and Brazen Borrower are so good, even though they don't typically belong in this deck. Definitely the Bonecrusher Giant doesn't. The Borrower is nice with the flying and Alrund's Epiphany, but it's a bummer that we can't be using them in conjunction with the intervention, right? It takes our intervention down a little bit, and we already need to have something in the grave, which is hard sometimes to do. We did make it through most of our matches without it, but I don't know. I don't really want to go down from 4 copies of Galazeth either, because I feel like the consistency of playing it early is super powerful. So maybe, you know, we take other things that are of a lower mana value, but it's really hard to say, and I think that it's probably good here, right? What would you guys change? How would you tune it up? What have you seen other people doing successfully? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all again for your time and attention. Check out the link tree for all of the latest and greatest. Have a magical day, and of course, we'll see you soon in the next.